Religious belief is decreasing in much of the modern world. More people than ever identify as atheist, agnostic, or strictly just non-religious. Yet, something strange happens alongside the decline. People who don't believe in God still celebrate Christmas. Non-religious couples still want weddings in churches. People who have no faith still hold funerals filled with ritual, symbolism, and sacred language. This raises a question. If belief dies, why doesn't the ritual die with it? Why do humans continue traditions they no longer believe in? If belief were the foundation of traditions, shouldn't traditions disappear as belief fades? Well, they don't. They persist, and in some cases, they become even more emotionally important. But to understand why, we must first stop thinking about traditions as theology, and instead, we should start thinking about them psychologically. Let's start with something simple. If belief were the engines behind traditions, rituals would weaken as belief declines. Instead, we see the opposite. People say, I don't believe in God, but they still want Christmas. They still want weddings that feel sacred. They still want funerals that feel meaningful. And they still want ritual moments when life hits them. This tells us something important. Traditions don't survive because people believe in God. They survive because humans believe in meaningful moments. Take Christmas as an example. For many people, Christmas has very little to do with theology. It's more about making memories, nostalgia, warmth, emotional comfort, and family continuity. It's a yearly checkpoint that tells your brain you belong to something that continues. Weddings function the same way. Even non-religious couples still want their weddings to feel special, public, and symbolic. They want witnesses, ceremonies, and ritual language. Not because God is watching, but because other humans are. Funerals are perhaps the most clearest example. People who reject religious belief still rely on ritual when someone dies. They still gather, follow structure, and speak in symbolic language. This is because grief without structure is unbearable. But this isn't proof that God exists. If belief were the driver, rituals would disappear as belief declines. But they don't. Instead, they intensify. So if belief isn't the fuel, then what is? Here's the core truth. Rituals work on the human mind, whether you believe in it or not. Psychologically, rituals do three powerful things. Number one, they create emotional synchronization. When people move together, speak together, sing together, or focus together, their emotional states align. Number two, they create shared memory. They mark moments as important, separating them from ordinary time. Number three, they create identity continuity. They tell you who you were, who you are, and who you're becoming. None of this requires belief. Your brain responds to ritual through repetition, symbolism, and collective attention. Christmas works because it organizes emotion throughout a specific time in the year. It creates predictability, warmth, and connection. Weddings work because they publicly transform identity. A wedding turns private love into public commitment, and individual identity into shared identity. That transformation feels real because it's witnessed. Funerals work because they place chaos inside structure. They don't remove pain, they contain it. This is why rituals feel sacred even without beliefs. Humans don't need belief to feel meaning. They need structure for emotion. Religion did not invent ritual. It actually helped organize it. Psychology explains why it works. So when belief fades, ritual doesn't disappear, it mutates. This brings us to a more philosophical question. Is an atheist celebrating Christmas proof that God exists? No. It's actually proof of something else, that humans need belonging, continuity, shared symbols, and moments that feel larger than the individual. Traditions act like emotional glue. They connect generations, stabilize identity in uncertain times, and remind people why they are part of something older than themselves. That's why traditions survive even when belief dies, because traditions don't survive by being true. They survive by being functional. They hold families together, soften loss, give weight to transformation, and turn chaos into meaning. A tradition doesn't need to be believed in order to be felt. It just needs to be experienced. God may not be the reason why traditions survive, but the human need for meaning, belonging, and emotional structure absolutely is. Humans don't keep traditions because they believe in them. They keep them because they work. They give shape to emotion, stabilize identity, and turn uncertainty into something bearable. When belief fades, the ritual remains, not as proof as faith, but in proof of human psychology. Traditions survive because humans need moments that feel meaningful, moments that connect us, moments that say, this matters. And as long as humans remain emotional, social, and meaning-seeking beings, rituals will survive, belief or not.